Wherever you are, at any moment, any time, getting on tune with friends or with yourself, some notes and chords you would hear from Saori, the why and the story behind the voice diary.
Dun, 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 dun. The voice behind the sound diary. Hi, Monkyvers. Hi, welcome to the voice behind the sound diary. We're her host, Saori. Hello. So today I want to talk about why changes. I ask you Monkyver in the quiz. I always am asking you questions, so always make sure that you can see that so you can participate and let me know about your decisions. I will be guided by that or inspired even though. So today I want to talk about changes. Whenever I'm going to changes, I always look in the positive way. I don't wanna do bad changes in life, and that's the way that I see it, for the better, not for the worse. And like, yeah. But let's talk about, first of all, physical changes, physical stuff, you know what I mean? So I won't consider myself a person that is like pursuing or wanting to be perceived in a way that it could be unreachable, because today I was doing, like recently before, even though basically I was reading about what is perfect, and like what we saw is a definition that we give to being like perfect. So whenever I want to be inspired by something that we consider perfect, we need to see people or like things that we consider perfect to make that to be perfect. Romantically could be like somebody who's nerdy, who wear a ton of black, smell good, and like is always in touch with their body and their soul. For me, that is way perfect. Or like control emotional. They're always gonna be another perspective person, what kind of definition they give to others to be perfect in a relationship, rather than being inspired. I personally consider myself just, I want to wear lashes, nails, a little bit jewelry, because I'm not that excited about jewelry, but I want to set like something, that is I can do. And like if I don't feel comfortable, yeah, I can do that. I found is like whenever you want to focus, just tell something. And like if you're the kind of person like I am that talk about a specific topic, then juggling saying another topic, you can move backwards, so you can always be focused, and like your mind will associate that, and like be focused, if you know what I mean. I can explain you why, but like that will be too long. But just do that exercise so you can then be focused. I juggle through many things, and I deal with uncertainty daily, all the time. And my way to find control was looking for the tower. My way to find order was for looking for spiritual stuff. So like even though witchy things could make you feel anxious, because you all the time want to do a spell, you all the time want to. So I feel like people sometimes taking advantage that you are anxious, that you are real attached, so they could charge you more extra money so you can be well, you know what I mean? And I feel like there is a certain type of level of obsession, and there is certain type of level of detachment, and what we call free will, for all of these things that we can control by doing these things, even though that I consider myself as a tarot reader a little bit. And so for me, in order to be over controlling, I just let the free will be, and like I make myself happy. So that was kind of the thing. And another side of that is that I don't do even those spells, but that was the way that I see it. So I'm kind of telling you that, including also with cleansings as well, because when I do cleansings, I just need to do once per month. That's it. Like I don't need to do 5 cleansings, 8 cleansings. Like, and whenever kind of problem that I do have, physically speaking, I try to don't point somebody else. Like people are getting bad energy over me, people are getting that. I just wanted to look something, but like I notice when something drain me and doesn't drain me. But like how I study PTSD, I can tell when something is like a seasonal depression rather than just a deep depression, because when something is a seasonal depression, it will take you like 2 months. So I'm in this time where I really feel like I didn't reach rock bottom, because when I reached rock bottom, literally my nose was bleeding. I had headaches. I was vomiting a lot. Just didn't want to eat. That was kind of the point that I reached low, low, low. So I'm like, if I overcome that, I can overcome this. And like with this, I'm not just pointing, oh my gosh, I lost a friend, or they start to talking to me, what I'm about to do, and like many things just happen. But like it's not as easy for me to be clicking, just being like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna look for another. So that's why I always keep one person, as like one person that I consider is stable, in order for me to be like, whenever five people are just being unstable, that's I need to basically just to focus in one thing that is stable. I maybe will take me more to look for other people that are way stable than I am, but like that was kind of my thing. So after opening my eyes to one person's intention, and another person was telling me, why didn't you notice? And I was like, yeah, I didn't notice. I wanted to do changes radically, thing that I had on me. And so the way that I see it is just different type of beliefs that we had. But like I feel like everybody's free to have their own beliefs as well. But like I will not push me to be a certain way that I don't want to be, and I don't want to push somebody to change, because I passed from the episode of trying to change somebody who really didn't want to change, and I really couldn't bring him. I really could not. The time that I had 15 and he got 20, it was me just pushing him to be better, but like he didn't want to be better. In order for me to feel better, after all, I feel really bad because I couldn't change him. I go to therapy for 5 years after that, and I recover from that. But like I would recommend you skip that episode. If you can skip that episode, just let somebody be, like give them a little advice if you wanted to, and then leave if they don't want to change, whatever. But like one of the things that I will tell you that is heartbreaking, and like it could like cause you a little bit time of weakness when someone is trying to change, that they will seek the bad habit again and they will come back to that. But like it will not be linear. There will be times when they will be really low, and they will be really high when they are following that good habit that they wanted to adopt. And the way that I find to kind of be more stable in those habits, because I was just doubting myself a lot. I am accepting what I am right now, but like when I will be finished this episode, I will tell you why. But basically, that was kind of the mindset that you need to have. So maybe if you believe in something called life, called God, called universe, like I do, you need to do something. Like for me, the way that I saw is just I believe in universe, right? So I give my everything to universe. I put the universe first. That is one of the things that I set up first. Doesn't matter the person that I like, I just put that in first. Second, I put all the things that I had I want to accomplish, but like I feel like I'm overwhelmed on many factors and many things that I need to do with like the universe. Like I see many people trying to do this method, but like at the end of the day, all of these manifestation tactics to do new habits, to manifest a certain lifestyle, they just tell you and market you because the way that peace it is. Don't get lost in that of like you need to do this 5-3 method, 3-6-5 method, like 8-8-8 method, 11-11 method. Like doing this kind of, that is just the equivalent to being at peace. If you feel at peace praying or hoping for the best and just doing whatever do you need to do in a way that you can affect somebody in a bad way, consciously unconscious, my quote. But like it's just to feel peace. It's not to be anxious, and not to do, because there is many steps that you need to take sometimes that I feel like it's so overwhelming that I really just wanted to pray, just wanted to journal, I just wanted to do that. Because if for you is 11-11 method that makes you feel at peace, let that be your new habit. You don't need to look for another hobby just because somebody manifests a job faster than you. That's the way that the world is. Some things are stable and some stuff are not, like the place that I'm in. And I get bored. Not because I'm a Gemini. I really get bored sometimes. I really need a little refresh because I have a lot of changes. I have a lot of things. And I have new information about myself that is doesn't relate it with astrology. Because most of people believe astrology, which I respect. Like, I'm a Gemini and really I fully fit on the box of a Gemini. But I really hit me when I saw that my IQ level was not the way that I was supposed to be. That was one of the things that really get me to finding logic, to what I want to do. So I was 2 years ago, I was taking an exam, I get accepted, whatever. I was in this place studying, whatever, but like the teachers were always looking at me in a dirty way. Doesn't matter what I do, doesn't matter what I present, doesn't matter if I came in the ring, doesn't matter if I don't, doesn't matter if I have a partner, but like they always see me single. And I was studying, and then I go to this another place that I was studying as well, and then the same thing happened, but like with these two places and these two things that I study, kind of, it just hit me the time that I really couldn't find where I fit. You know what I mean? I was, kind of being like, I'm dumb because I don't get it, and I just see a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 11, 0, 0, which for US grades it will be like 0, 0, 0, and like 5, 5, 5, not 5, like a 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 out of the 10. So that was kind of the view that I have for myself. Just, am I dumb maybe for this? Because, and at the time I was like blaming myself for not putting effort into those stuffs at this. Then the second year came and I was, kind of juggling into these things, and the time that I get over and like my teacher just get me off from the place that I study assignment, because he doesn't have only the assignment of he that used to like teach us. He also had the assignment of his wife, because his wife was pregnant while this happened, and like he was with my classmate. It's another story, but it ended up being bad. I find out quicker because that is one of the skills that I have. I can find quicker whenever something likes another person, but I cannot find quicker when I like somebody else. Like, I need to be really, really aware, because whenever somebody had my heart, it's really, really hard to take me off. It's really hard to take me off. And when I'm aware, it's really hard also to take me off from that person. I'm really focused in one thing. Just that. But coming back to this topic, they're always gonna point me that I'm dumb. And in this place that I take also my IQ test, when I was tired, I didn't sleep well, and I didn't kind of was doing well mentally as well, because I was juggling many things as well in my, even though that I had control, but I didn't fully take the time to study PTSD. I decided to take this test because they were taking it, whatever, they want to see the levels and whatever, and so I failed on this test, and I was, kind of having low IQ. So yeah, this thing could also affect you, and make sure that you always sleep well, you always do well, means have a detailed memory. And yeah, it's some other fact. So I had these two sides of like good and bad about my level of smartness. I will take a test with my psychologist, and like she will tell me that what was the real answer. After I received the results, I don't have a low IQ. I don't want to say how much, but I don't have a low IQ. But that made me feel really mad when I received the results, to mean like, your IQ is not that bad. And when I didn't want it to make, and I don't want to check the exams that I had because I can also had them. After that, it was, the mistake was made. I want to try to see, or I want to try to, whatever. At this time that I was having these thoughts about me and my life and whatever, I really reached rock bottom, and I've been like in a peaceful way as well. But like I'm not a problem. Is their problem, not mine. Like I put effort, time, and I manage well these kind of situations. But I cry for it bad because I deserve it. I can fully deserve it. I fully deserve to cry and whatever. And so I know how these things end for some of these people. Doesn't end well. It doesn't matter what people tell you. The first teacher that I was with a classmate in high school. He ended up being banned with the guards, something like that, and like he ended up being just without bills, without wife, without nothing, just him and that happened. So I was, kind of lover, and like I realized how expensive is physical intimacy, which I didn't allow none of these men, even though the men that manipulated me when I was 15, I didn't let him reach way far than I was able to let them reach. And that was the time that I fully realized that I need to tell, or like explain, or like teach to somebody what kind of tactics these people do to be manipulated, and let them do to you whatever they want. First of all, consent. If you don't want to be with someone, you said no. There is no I wanted to see. No, there is a no. There is a fully no. And second, there always gonna be 5 stages of manipulation, because I want to do it shorter for girlies and men as well, to be doing that, because I've been seeing women to men, men to women, all the genders. And so the first stage is taking out of the garden, like taking flowers, picking some flowers, and they took your guard down. They always gonna be either coming soft, like being, or either coming way too sweeter, or like either coming way too cold, so they could get to you some love. That's the first stage, taking down all of the guard that you have. That's the stage second, teasing. There always gonna be this type of person that will tease you, will see whatever, and I didn't see, they will, oh my gosh, whatever, coming back. That's the second stage. For example, if with this guy that was like in the 20s, they're always gonna be, oh my gosh, you ever try somebody with someone? Do you always try something? And I was like, no. I was like, yeah, you should. And I was like, no. Like, no, I fully know. And he was like, well, but if you want to. Like, they're always gonna be stage 2. It's just to introducing new behaviors gradually. They use, even though when training, I use that. Like gradually, if I lift 80 or like 20 pounds, then I reach 25 pounds, like gradually. The same someone will do to you. Maybe you say yes to one thing, to one bad thing, being hurt emotionally. They're always gonna be way farther, way farther, way farther. As you lift weight, they could always use that. And the fourth is having trust. Basically, that's basically that. Like, they're always gonna look for the information more trustworthy that they can have over you, so they can manipulate you. They could shoot you down, and they could literally just make you feel bad about yourself. That's when you need to learn what it's like to, like, being reflective, being what is called reflection. Because whenever something tells you about the comment, there always gonna be some reflection on them. Because if someone tells you, oh my god, you are bad, that is when you need to be aware from it, and like search for someone that had no emotional bond to you, so they can give you a better perspective, like a psychologist, because those things could really make your mind be flicking, and it's always good for you. It's always good for you. Even though with my teachers that tell me that you are dumb, you can, you. If I will be following those advices, I don't know where I will be, because even though my own teachers told me that I was dumb, but like in a remarkable way, they always will be looking at my body and be like, but you can do more. Looking at me like that. It was creepy as I don't know. And so I'm a little bit sick as well. I'm really sick from the information that in the way that I hope you can learn. And yeah. I want to finish this episode by telling you some changes that I did in my room. Well, we have the walls that are painted by me. I paint this. And I don't know, I just had a fun moment reordering my room, like being a little bit more zen, a little bit more busy, being a little bit more cozy. Then having a lot of things overwhelming me, because I could be really distracted. Like there is sometimes that I've been looking something like, but this could be another way. I don't know if I have ADHD, but like it is what it is. So I need to have my mind be really blank in order for me to be distracted a lot. You know what I mean? I need to focus basically. Even though when I talk, when I do things, I can do focus. That is a family factor. My mom also got the same habit. Shout out to her for creating me. So yeah. Physical, I wouldn't say that as much. My body changed. I changed as well. Mentally, I changed as well. I still have my beliefs to my core, but like, I feel like physical thing just changed about me was my lashes, my legs. I'm at 34 pants. And I don't know, this pen kind of expand, the pink pen that I wear, and it's looking fine, but like, yeah, there always gonna be some people also that wouldn't manipulate you, they wouldn't force you, they will be joking around with you the way that you are joking about life. They always gonna be that, which you need to also learn to embrace and learn to love as well. Not maybe in the way that we expect to be. I don't know, it's just the fact that we have something in common. Besides that, we both like sometimes drugs, we both like coding and stuff, and computers, like things that's usually boys like, because I'm not just like girly pop. I love trucks, I love coding, I love and so with this, I want to leave this episode. I feel like a lot of people just want to pass the pain, but like none of them want to be recovered from the pain. Whenever I see like a cover, and like there is sometimes that I share pain, but like we do healing covers, I can be healing the pain in a peaceful way, because I'm not peachy. I try to be peachy, like I try to being loud. No. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. I mean, personality is all that I need. What I will need more songs to be like that. And never will come like a song more rappy, more rough. I know that it's also part of me, but for now, like I'm not be guided by that. I have both. I really have both. But for now, I'm just gonna be peacey, easy, take it easy. With that song style I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm studying a major that I kind of know now. I would be, but once I have my degree, I will tell you what is, because it's not something to be surprised by. It's pretty predictable for me. It's pretty predictable. But like once I graduate from it, It can always feel like that. And whenever that you do something bad, make sure that you're responsible and taking accountability and responsibility for the bad that you did. And for me, it was good, to say, whatever that they did bad to me, but like I also was bad for not telling all the teachers and telling some people what I passed for. So yeah. But like I see a case of somebody that did something bad and they wanna leave that there was no tomorrow, and like they did many things in 1 year. Wasn't that awesome? Like I just seen, I was like, they were more excited to live more than someone who get out of from cancer. They were really that excited to live. So yeah. Have a good day, Monkyvers. I can do hard. But have a good day. I don't know if I can wear this hard. I always tend to do hard because I love to do them. So have a good day, Monkyver. Uh, have a good day. And make sure that you stream this episode of my podcast. Make sure that you always be in tune with this podcast. I'll also will be reposting this on Spotify, so you're here from Spotify. Thank you so much. And yeah.